What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Get ready for another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I'm your host, Gran Jefe, joined as always by my co-host, OG Raw, in the great rainy state of Washington. What's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? You know, it ain't raining today, sun's shining, so it's going to be a good day for me.
Yeah, even in El Paso, man, it's starting to warm up a little bit. It's not getting as cold as it once was, once upon a time. But it still be chilly though. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm from Florida. I don't do that cold weather. Anything below 50 is cold, so it's freezing.
I swear I didn't think it got cold down there, but I guess it do.
Shoot. It gets cold out here in the mountain. It's cold out here, or in the desert, I should say. But we got a good show for y'all coming up today. We got some big news coming from out of the NFL. If you haven't heard, Kyler Murray declared for the NFL draft. Find out what we think about that a little bit later on in the show. Bears, Kareem Hunt connection, possibly. Who knows? And also, man, the baby Lakers struggling. They got a game tonight in Chicago. I believe it is in Chicago, if my memory serves me. Or no, it's in LA.
It's in Chicago.
Oh no, they got them in LA tonight.
Oh, is it LA tonight?
Yeah, they got them in LA. Baby Lakers in LA against the struggling Chicago Bulls, who don't even know what they're going to do at head coach next year. Let's just start there.
Oh yeah. So
expectations, man. Lakers are like what 3-7 since LeBron has been out. Him and Rondo both.
Yeah. So
most important, LeBron. So
they won 3 of their last 8, right? Well, so this to me is not great at all for us because we lost against the Cavaliers and we lost against the Sacramento
Kings, which is a
Kings.
terrible loss. Which is two
terrible losses, right? Because the Cavaliers are the worst team in the East. And then the Sacramento Kings aren't too far, behind in the West, but they still aren't.
And now they're tied. And now they have the same record. And it's
exactly.
Crazy, man, to believe that they're tied with the Sacramento Kings as bad as the Sacramento Kings have played all year.
Exactly. And to your point, like both of these teams are playing bad. We know the Cavs are tanking. We let a tanking team beat us. And that's where I'm frustrated because we let a tanking team beat us in LA on our home court.
Without their best player.
Yep. And I'm talking like when I watch the baby Lakers play, Billy, I don't see any direction whatsoever out there. They're just out there playing street ball.
They playing how they was playing last season, and that's what got them the record that they had last year, 35 wins.
And it's not their fault.
Because they don't have a direction. Yeah, it's not their fault. They're young. They're young, and they don't know. And Luke Walton is really just, I don't know what he's doing.
And when I look over at the bench, you know what I see Luke Walton doing? He's just sitting there. Not even saying they're just sitting there watching. I don't know if he wants to be fired, but if we lose tonight against these Bulls, Billy, put him on the hot seat. He's got to go. I can't stand watching, the game that I'm passionate about basketball. I'm passionate, just watching them call plays, watching good pick and rolls, I love the game of basketball. And for me to watch the undirection team that is the Los Angeles Lakers without LeBron, dude, it's so horrible. It's so painful.
They don't really have anybody that can ring them in. And even the veterans that's still playing, Tyson Chandler, JaVale McGee, like, do they really have the cachet to bring in scores? People who has that scorer mindset. Yeah, I get it. You had center leaders back in the day, but I don't think Tyson Chandler and JaVale McGee are those type guys. And then Rondo also not being on the floor. Also, that hurts. And then you have the two veterans that's there, Lance Stevenson and KCP. Do you really want those, especially Lance? Do you really want these guys, taking anybody up underneath their wing? They don't have any direction out there because all they know is I just need to score whenever I touch the ball. Brandon Ingram, he's always been the best player. Kuzma, he has that mindset that I am the best player. So, and Lonzo, I mean, we're not even going to
Lonzo.
Yeah, we're not even going to get on him.
And the thing is, so Luke Walton, this is all his fault. I don't care what anyone says. This is his fault. We have the talent. he's just not developing our young talent and turning them into, potential stars or potential, game threats. Because if I look at it, Kuzma is the only one that's going out of his way to try to win this game, right? If I'm looking at it correctly.
Well, I think Brandon Ingram is trying, but I just don't think that I don't think he can handle the pressure of actually doing it, because we came in here and talked those 2 games where they were just giving Brandon Ingram the ball and letting him, hey man, go see if you can win it for us. He was taking the shots, they just wasn't falling. So I think Kuz really probably is the one that have the most ice water in his veins, that he's more like, if I miss it, I miss it. If I don't, every shot I shoot up, I'm going to hit it. And that's how Kuz feel. And I think that's why it's coming out where he's actually seeming like he's the best player outside of LeBron on that Lakers team.
But Luke Walton has to reel those guys in, right? He has to reel them in. And he has to get back to fundamental basketball. And we lack fundamentals, man. I look at it. We can't even shoot free throws, Billy. We can't even shoot free throws. So
it's terrible. And that goes to LeBron, who's having his worst career year at the free throw line. I think he's shooting like 60. Lonzo is in like the 30s.
It's bad, man. So, I mean, what I suggest, I'm not a coach or anything, but I know we need to go back to fundamentals. Pit them on the line in practice. I don't care. Pit them on the line and make them shoot 1,000 free throws.
Listen, I've always said this about LeBron too. As great as he is, how is it that you're so bad shooting free throws? Like, do they not practice them or anything? Because the excuse of he's big, that's out the window now. You got 7, you got guys like Karl Anthony Towns, who is really a back to the basket type center, shooting in the 80s. So I don't know if I buy. I don't know if they work on it, honestly. And as a team, it's getting worse. I don't know what Luke is doing, but I definitely, to your point earlier, Luke is definitely on the hot seat. You can believe that, because they have hopes of getting one more max player. And if Luke can't handle LeBron and a bunch of,
kids, basically kids.
Young guys, how do you expect him to go win a championship with LeBron in LA LeBron and KD, when you have to go face what is the juggernaut if they keep this monster currently constructed, KD, Steph, Draymond, and Clay? Boogie may be gone next year because he's on a 1-year deal, but KD can opt back in for his final year of the deal. So I don't know if Luke is going to have to get this together. That's up to Rob Pelinka, whoever, and Magic is up for them guys to do that. But I think Luke is on his last days coaching the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh yeah, he's definitely on his last days. We have so much young talent that needs to be developed, and he's just not doing his job developing that young talent. So in my mind, we get it. LeBron, he's a player's coach, right? He's a player and a coach at the same time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And with him being absent, this is where Luke Walton needs to step up. He was once a player as well, so he knows how it is. So which
should make it easy for him, but I don't know. I don't know if he's just trying to let them feel it out. I don't know, because this is also could be part of the quote unquote LeBron process. We always know LeBron, the way any LeBron James team, they always have a fill out process. Who he plays well with, who he don't play well with, who plays well without him being on the floor. And those are the guys that they normally try to keep, because you don't want LeBron. You don't want to have to depend on LeBron for every single thing. And I think Magic knows that. So I think this is an important time for Magic. I know, and I think Magic is already knowing who he's going to keep, who he's going to get rid of. As far as guys that can and can't play with LeBron, and who can take over when LeBron needs to go sit on the bench for the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and they won't lose the league and be down by 10 by the time LeBron get back in there. So it'll be interesting to see.
And again, the guy that's on the hot seat is Luke Walton. Before any player, Luke Walton has to go, man. He has to go. If you look what, after Tyronn Lue got fired, they put, Larry Drew in. And I'm not saying Larry Drew's a better coach than Tyronn Lue, but I'm just saying Larry Drew, he knows what they get he knows how to
He's
get
been around
results
the
from the
NBA.
players.
He's been around the NBA for a while, and experience sometimes really get lost in the shuffle because everybody want the new young guy,
Mm-hmm.
So guys like Larry Drew, he's probably going to get a head coaching job. I doubt it'd be with the Cavs. I think they probably need to go in a different direction. That's not really a good roster for him, and I wouldn't want to take that over. But the Lakers is going to have to do something with Luke. We'll see what Magic's going to do. Moving over to the NFL, Jerry Rice has been very, very bold in the media as of late. He's been claiming that Antonio Brown wants to be in LA, and to use his quotes, he said, "Antonio and we've always kept in communication. He wants to come to San Francisco really bad." So what do you make of those comments? Do you think Antonio Brown will be a good fit for Jimmy Garoppolo in that Kyle Shanahan offense, or do you think that he's better fit somewhere else?
If I look at Antonio Brown and I look at, the San Francisco 49 roster, I'm looking at Antonio Brown's age, right? He's up there in age. This San Francisco roster is not ready to go to the Super Bowl yet. They're nowhere close to it yet. And I don't believe adding AD to their roster would make them a Super Bowl contender at all.
Defense is bad.
A playoff contender.
Yeah, defense is bad. They would have to shore up that defense for sure.
So they would have to make a major overhaul if championships is what he wants. If you just want the life of, the San Francisco, area, then cool. But if he wants to win, I don't see him going to the Niners. I just don't see it.
But
he probably wants to be there. But
I will say this, though. I think they got a chance to – I do think they have a chance to make it to the playoffs. And this is why I say I think they have a chance to make it to the playoffs. Because every year, you're really only going to be fighting with Seattle. You're going to be fighting with either Green Bay, Minnesota, or Chicago in the NFC. Maybe somebody out the NFC East. I doubt that we'll continue to get two teams out the NFC East. So you're looking at me. They won four. They had 4 wins this year. Now let's take into account that they lost Jimmy Garoppolo early in the year. They lost Jared McKinney, who they signed to be their best back in the offseason. And they were really old on defense. I'm looking at it like this. They have the number 2 pick in the draft this year. They have Jimmy Garoppolo coming back. You have Kittle. You have Matt Breida. You're going to get McKinnon back. And you add an Antonio Brown. I like that offense because in that NFC West, we both probably believe that the Los Angeles Rams will continue to win that division. But we both can, I think, honestly say the Seahawks really is a hit or miss.
Yeah,
it's Russell Wilson or bust, really. So they can compete and become that second wild card team out of the NFC, year in and year out because they're going to continue to get pieces. I don't see John Lynch, who's a football guy. I don't see that defense, a defensive guy. I don't see that defense being bad long. They're going to start drafting some defensive guys, and there's a bunch of edge rushers in this upcoming draft. There's tons of them. They're everywhere. And right now they have Josh Allen going to the San Francisco 49ers at number 2. And if you haven't watched this kid, the defensive end from out of Kentucky, he's an absolute monster. That's going to help immediately, So I like the move to San Fran, and he's the number 1 guy. He don't have to fight with anybody getting targets.
Yeah, that is true. He will be the number 1 guy over there, but at 30 years old, be 31.
But he still got a lot left in him, and you can see that he still had over 100 catches this year. Yes,
that is true. At 5'10", I just don't see it really like not saying that they won't win a championship.
No. I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying the potential is as great as anything. If and I don't believe it is, if Garoppolo is what they say he is. I don't think he is, though.
And we know Antonio Brown likes to win. That's his problem with the Steelers organization. They're not winning the games they should be winning. So I don't see him going to a team like San Francisco just because of that fact alone. He likes to win. And if it's about winning,
what team do you think So what team do you think will best fit Antonio Brown? And, you ain't really got to give me anything like,
Green Bay.
factual here. I like
Green Bay.
I like it.
I say Green
But
Bay because Green Bay
go ahead.
offense. Green Bay offense is one receiver away from being the best offense in the league. And you already got a great quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. You got Devontae Adams on one side. And then you put Antonio Brown on the other side. Dude, that is I think the best offense in the league. Then you got Jamal Adams at running back. Dude, I think they would be hard.
I'm gonna say I like the move because of you put the pieces together on paper. Oh man, they are amazing. Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. You still got Jimmy Graham. You got Devontae Adams. You got Randall Cobb. You still got Equanis Saint, whatever his name is, and then you will add EQ as they call him. Then you have Antonio Brown on the opposite side, and you got Aaron Jones, who led the league in yard per carry average, out of the backfield. So you're gonna have a good squad. I just don't know if there's enough balls on that team to go around. I know Aaron Rodgers can spread around. He's done it before. Donald Driver, James, the one that's always on James Jones, and the other guy, the one that's always on FS1. Yeah, him.
I can't even.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can't.
But and he's done it spreading the ball around. I just think Antonio Brown is the type of guy that he likes to be the alpha, and maybe the Juju Smith-Schuster creeping up, catching 100 passes this year also kind of rubbed him the wrong way, because he also said, if we go back to the reports of when he walked out of practice and he didn't show up to game time, they said the argument or his point that he said to Big Ben before he left was he don't feel that he's appreciated enough. So he wants to be a number one. I think San Francisco is the way to get him to be a number one. I tell you another place that I would like to see him work, being that Carolina. I think Carolina could use a big play receiver. I don't think they've ever really gotten Cam a true number one. I like Kelvin Benjamin, came from Florida State University, go Noles, but I don't know if he was ever a true number one. He was just a big threat that can catch the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, I think Carolina would be good too, especially for Cam. Like you said, he's never really had a big name receiver.
Yeah,
and I think that would be a great move as well, man. But I don't see him going to Carolina either, because Carolina is another team that just can't seem to get it right. They can't. I don't know what it is right now. And right now, I'm not sure if Cam Newton is going to be there much longer either. So, but that's a topic for another day.
Oh man, hey, listen, don't be hitting towards stuff like that, because we'll give y'all that topic later on in the week for sure.
Yeah.
But we'll see where Antonio Brown goes to. Maybe it's San Fran. Now, all the reports really lean towards that it is San Fran. So, who knows if they'll be able to pull the trigger? They have the cap space for it. They have the salary for it.
It's over. It's over for him.
You think so?
If he goes to San Fran, it's over for him. He's going for the life. That's all he's going for. He's going for the life. He's not going to win. They're not going to win anything anytime soon. And that by the time he's 34, I don't see Antonio Brown as a number one receiver no more. So he got 2 or 3 years to get it right over there if he does go to San Fran.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Staying in the NFL, in the same conference, in the NFC conference, just moving to the NFC North, a division that my co-host knows all too well. Your Chicago Bears have been rumored to be getting Kareem Hunt. Do you like the move, or do you not like that move?
My thing is, why? Why are we getting Kareem Hunt? We have Jordan Howard.
It's funny you said that, because I posted to Phil yesterday, and he said the same thing. So I'm interested why both of y'all say why. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Why are we doing this? We have 4 running backs on our roster. We have Tyreek Cohen, Jordan Howard, Bennett Cunningham, and Mizzle. So I don't get why we would add Kareem Hunt. And they all play exceptionally well, especially Tyreek Cohen and Jordan Howard. Those are our backs. That's what we do. I don't see why we need Kareem Hunt, man. Kareem Hunt can stay, unless we're getting him to be a kicker. Are we getting him to be a kicker?
I don't listen. I like the move. I don't really understand why you guys don't like it. And let me tell you why I like the move. You're gonna have to pay Jordan Howard some serious money coming up soon because he's had some really nice seasons. Guess who else you're gonna have to pay some really big money? Mitchell Trubisky, because where else you gonna find another quarterback at? Because the Bears are gonna be rumored to be good, so that means they're gonna be picking in the later rounds. How many quarterbacks is really going to be there for you in the later rounds? Next year, you got Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa and Jake Fromm coming out. Do you really expect, according to your standards, you expect to be in the playoffs again? So do you really expect those guys to be there by the time you pick? No. Well, you can't pay Jordan Howard. You just gave Khalil Mack all that money. Eddie Goldman, some of these guys are going to be wanting to get paid soon. Mitchell Trubisky is going to get paid. The market is going to require him to get paid. You can get Kareem Hunt, a guy that's better than any back you got on your roster, and I don't think anybody will question that. You got a guy that you can get for cheap because he has no leverage in negotiation. He has none.
He don't have any leverage in negotiation at all.
Exactly. So you're telling me if you got a chance to add a back like Kareem Hunt, basically in the same offense that he ran in Kansas City, because I mean, we're splitting hairs between Andy Reid and Matt Nagy. It's the same offense. It's a bunch of window dressing for either chunk plays or to get everybody involved in it. And what better guy they have in that system than Kareem Hunt? You can get rid of all your running. You can get rid of Jordan Howard. You can get rid of Mizzou or whoever else he is. You can keep Cohen because you're going to need somebody to spell him. But Kareem Hunt is a 3-down back, and you're going to get him for cheap without any leverage on his part because he just want to get back playing football.
If we're going the cheap route, then okay, yeah, we'll take Kareem, right? But if we're just trying to, keep distractions out of our locker room, trying to just play our game, which is Chicago Bears football, then we don't need that, man. We don't need that distraction. We went all season without distractions. I don't want people in the stands yelling "kick me" or you know what I mean. Pick Kareem in for kicker. We don't need that. We don't need none of that negativity.
I think you go get it, and I understand that position because I said the same thing earlier today on RTF. Michael Buckhurst, he said that the Kansas City Chiefs is also rumored to be wanting to bring him back, or that Kareem Hunt say he would be willing to go back to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I said I don't know if the fans would allow that. I think a new scenery, a place like Chicago where people are still worrying about Cody Parkey hitting uprights, I think that'll be just enough of a distraction. And winning cures all. Let's be honest.
Winning does cure all.
Yeah, let's be real. As long as you win, nobody would care that Kareem Hunt is on the Chicago Bears. As long as he's producing and he's giving you what he gave Kansas City, it's nobody would care. So it's when he starts to mess up or when he doesn't do good, that's when the doubters is going to come out. But I think, man, that'd be perfect. You get Kareem Hunt at a bargain price. He's still in his 20s because he's still on his rookie deal.
Oh, he's still on his rookie deal. and not to forget, Matt Nagy coached him in his rookie year. So
yeah,
Matt Nagy knows this guy personally. So
exactly, it's the same offense.
Yeah, and it's the same system and everything.
It's the same. So listen, cheap Kareem Hunt, why not, bro? You got to. Let's move on to the big topic of the day. We're running out of time here.
Is it Clemson going to the White House and get cheeseburgers?
I forgot about that. Your president, 45 gave the Clemson Tigers, if you haven't seen it yet, OG's president, he had a spread laid out for the Clemson football team. I'm gonna let you tell it, bro.
Hey, so my boy 45, right? Yeah. Let me just tell y'all what he did. He invited these dudes to the White House during the government shutdown. They get there, they're expecting steak, lobster. They thought they was gonna eat good. They get there,
drink a little wine.
It's silver and gold platters with Big Macs and the 4 for 4 on there. The
Taco
Bell pizza. It won't none of that crazy stuff. And he gets there. Trump makes it all about him. He said, this is the government shutdown. We're going to get this wall built. And he walks out.
This that good American food.
Yeah, he said, good luck.
Hey, man, listen.
I want all this gone.
Hey, that's wild, though, man. And the part that I probably have the most problem with, and it's funny because I ain't seen no microwave, bro. Like I know them burgers get cold.
And
I
them
know
fries.
they do. And
You
them
can't
fries.
eat them cold
You,
McDonald's
you
fries.
can't eat no cold McDonald's fries, bro.
And
like
you can't heat them up.
Wendy's either. You know, he got them 4 for 4s. He had it laid out all night too. I ain't seen not one microwave. Nobody could. The cheese cold. Nobody trying to eat cold dry cheese. And,
but
hey,
he did try. He did try.
He tried.
They put the fries in cups with presidential seals on them. Hey, you can't beat that. That's luxury.
Hey, they doing it big. Hey, I tell you what, I just wonder. I want to be a fly on somebody's jacket, on somebody's suit jacket, when they walked in the room and seen what they were going to be eating. I
know they was pissed.
I wanted
they
to
had
hear,
to be pissed.
bruh.
I
Imagine
wouldn't have traveled all that way just to eat no McDonald's.
for no McDonald's.
No.
First off, I don't even like you anyways. So I'm not traveling from Clemson, South Carolina, to the White House to eat no 4 for 4 and no Big Macs.
That 2 for 5.
And no $1 hard shell taco. I'm not gonna do that.
And look, my boy Trump said he flipped the bill. He said, I flipped the bill for this. Hey man, you were a billion.
Hey,
you are a billionaire.
Hey, best president we ever had.
A billionaire, and you buying 4 for 4s? I'm sick of him.
4 for 4, bro. 4 for 4, bro. I drove. And who knows if they actually flew to the White House since they was eating 4 for 4s and all that other stuff.
Oh, they probably took a bus.
They probably took the
bus.
Yeah,
a
they
yellow
probably
school
took the
bus
bus
at that with no bathroom.
And I get there and I see we eating 4 for 4s and Big Macs. Man, please, with no microwaves.
I'm talking about these are athletes, bro.
Like, yeah, bro. Ain't nobody trying to eat that.
Ain't nobody want that in their
Ain't nobody trying to eat that, bro. If that's the case, man, you could have just sent us a check or something, and we could have got that ourselves.
Exactly.
Like that's your president, though, bro. That's 45 for you, man.
Hey,
that's what he do.
Keep doing what you do, 45.
Keep doing what you do, bro. Keep doing what you do, because he said that he understands people's struggle of working and not getting paid and about to get evicted from the house. But that's the topic for another podcast. Moving to the NFL, I think one of the biggest topics of the day, what we've been talking about it. We talked about it yesterday. Kyler Murray officially entered his name into the NFL draft, which means he has officially all the mock drafts that's coming out got him is going as high as 6 to the Giants, 7 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, obviously that outside chance of him going 1 to the Cardinals, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think they're just going to pull the trigger on Rosen that soon. But what you think is going to happen now? He has officially declared, what happens now?
Well, he's going to get drafted. To what team? We don't know yet. We can only speculate. For me, I believe it's going to be the New York Giants. The New York Giants, I believe he will bring sort of, like a new interest to that team because, they've been a pocket passing team, for forever. Eli doesn't run. So you put a guy like Kyler Murray back there, that gives that offense a little dynamic. And makes them, three-dimensional instead of two-dimensional. You don't just run the ball to running back and then throw it with your quarterback. You run it with your quarterback. You can throw it with your quarterback and run it with your running back. So I really like that. If he did go to New York Giants, and they got Saquon back there, they got Odell. So they got the young guys. And I really think he would fit in up there in New York, even with the environment. They'll turn that man into a superstar up there.
Well, I think it's going to go at 7 to the Jacksonville Jaguars unless somebody else trade up to get him. But I think at 6, Dwayne Haskins is going to be the quarterback of the New York Giants. You just said it. Their ways are pocket passing quarterbacks. And who else better to have than Dwayne Haskins, the guy who threw for 5,000 yards last season from the pocket. You already got Saquon to do all the running. You paying him $20 million to do so. You just paid Odell Beckham $90-some million. So the only thing they're missing is a quarterback. And I think Dwayne Haskins will be that. Now, I do agree that he brings a different dynamic running the football. He had 1,000 yards rushing last year and 12 TDs, so he can definitely rush the football. And I'm just going to say this because we had this discussion on RTF about how it went down. And I said it yesterday. I've been steadfast on this, that I just didn't like the way that he did business. For me, I think he actually lost leverage when all the facts came about. And I say that because had Kyler Murray just came out from the beginning, I think, and said, listen, I want to play football, I think the A's would have been doing everything they can to keep their asset, and I think they would have threw more money at him. But I think once Kyler Murray was okay with the $4.66 million signing bonus that he signed back in June, and then it wasn't until NFL scouts started saying, well, this guy can be a first-round pick, and it was duly noted. Lamar Jackson was the 32nd pick of the NFL draft last year. His signing bonus was over $9 million. So it was already stated that even if he goes 32nd, he's still going to be making more money than he would be right now if he went to play baseball. I just mentioned Saquon Barkley getting paid $20 million. His contract was 4 years, $31 million, $20 million of that signing bonus fully guaranteed. So we looking at Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray could be drafted anywhere between 6 and 10. Well, if number 2 was 20 mil, 32 was 9, he's going to get somewhere in that 15 million range, which is the reason why he asked the Oakland A's, either you give me $15 million or I go play in the NFL draft. I just think he should have been upfront with that from the beginning, because he was going to make more money had he just probably been upfront, because you told them, you do this or I'm going to do this, and they still sent somebody out to your house to go talk to you, and they still offer you more money. So they were willing to give you more money. What you think probably would have happened had he said, I think I'm just going to go play football? What you think? Because he's still on the contract. So what you think they would have did had that happened? I think they would have put more money out of him.
The Oakland A's would have been at his door with the biggest check, probably.
Exactly. That's my point.
Want him, because that's what it's just kind of like, when you got a girlfriend, right? And then you out in public and other girls see you with your girlfriend, and when you don't have a girlfriend, no girl wants you. That's just how it is, bro.
Yep. Hey,
same concept. Same concept.
That's how it works. Now, people are under the assumption that he actually played it right, and he actually, if he would have said he want to go play baseball, that would have messed everything up. But actually, to me, I think teeter-tottering, saying, oh, well, you already signed the contract, but then every time somebody asks you saying, oh, I don't know what I want to do, I don't know what I want to do. To me, I think that makes people a little bit more uneasy, because for me, and I've said it plenty of times, I think he knew the whole time he was going to play baseball. Football. If you just lay out the facts, of everything that happened this season, everything pointed you towards this guy was going to go play football.
And to your point though, Billy, because he said, he's going to play baseball. The NFL didn't really care if he entered the draft or not.
Exactly.
They don't care. But baseball is a different sport. It's different. The business is a little different than the NFL. So, like I said, the NFL didn't really care, man.
I just thought,
they cared.
I just thought he should have just put on his big boy pants and just came out and said from the beginning. And I don't know if I'm right. I could be wrong, because it's speculation, because none of us know what Kyler Murray actually wanted to do. But just from what we could gather, from what we could see, he signed a contract in the offseason. Kyler Murray never really came out and said anything about he signed a contract. It was always his agent, because Kyler Murray said from the beginning, well, I'm keeping my options open. So that lets you know right there, he wasn't fully sold on baseball. But when somebody wants to give you $4.66 million and you never seen that kind of cash before in your life, of course you're going to take it.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
That's obvious. So for me, when the question started rolling, and it was from his very first college game, I remember watching it. Very first college game, they said from the very jump, oh, Kyler Murray's already signed a contract to play with the Oakland A's, $4.66 million. This will be his last year playing football. He's going to go play baseball, but this kid can really play football. He knew that, which is the reason why he asked the Oakland A's anyways to grant him one more season of eligibility to play college football, because he wasn't really sold on playing baseball. Because if he was, he would have took his $4.66 million. He would have dropped out of school, because it's not like he got his degree this year. He would have got out of school, and he would have went to go play baseball.
Yeah.
The fact that go ahead.
And the fact that he didn't do that, man, I just think he kind of messed himself up out of getting more money. But hey, he still has millions of dollars. So
yeah, he's going to get paid
talk?
in the NFL, which is what he wanted to do,
Yeah.
and that's why he asked for an insane amount of money. You signed for $4.66 million, which means you thought back in June that's what you was worth. Now that guys are saying, "Oh, you can go to the NFL and make more money," now you're trying to strong arm me to give you more money. That's a bad negotiation tactic. You know, yeah. I think because once all the facts come out, now if you had a mediocre season and you was third or fifth round and you went and said, "I want $15 million," then people will kind of maybe look at it a little bit different because now you're not even going to make that in the NFL being a third round draft pick.
They would have hit him with that Chris Tucker. Who you think you kidding at? Chelsea Clinton?
Exactly. Exactly. So for me, you're trying to strong arm me, and I think that's bad tactics. People say that was his leverage. I say it was the opposite effect because once you committed to me, and now you're teetering because you like this over here. Yeah, because you like this over here. Why would I want to throw my money at you? But maybe if you just come out and be real with me from the beginning, yeah, I love baseball, I love it, but there's nothing like being an NFL quarterback. Maybe they throw more money at you to kind of make that decision a little bit easier on why you made it in the first place.
Exactly.
And that's the only thing I'm saying. But that's going to be it for today's show, guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning into the Unpopular Opinion podcast every single week. I thank you guys for continuing to download the podcast. Make sure that you do so. Give us a rating. 5 stars would be preferred. If not, I'm going to call you a hater. Bro, you want to take us out of here?
Oh, yeah. And make sure you guys check out the Morning Icebreaker segment before the show.
It is posted on the Unpopular Opinion page at Unpopular Opinion 2018 on Facebook.
We really appreciate you guys. Thanks for the love. Have a great day. OG Raw signing out.